Hi fans, welcome to France Digital Hub. This is another edition of our design.
Hello guys, welcome to another exciting episode with me in our Corel design series. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how you can design this church flyer in Corel. So if you don't mind, let's get started. So the first thing I'd like to do is I'll go over to File and I click on New. So under here, I'm just going to give it the name of the church is Graceland Church. So I'm just giving it this name, Graceland Church, and the width I'm going to set it to 5, and the height is going to stay at 5 because we're going to post this on social media, right? Particularly Instagram. So my primary color stays at RGB and my resolution stays at 300, and I'll just click OK like this. Well, as usual, we're greeted with this squared size place that would actually work on. So I'm just going to double click on my rectangle and I'm just going to press function F4 or F4 for full screen. I'm just going to remove the outline from it and we're going to start. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head into my text tool and I'm just going to type, right? So I'm going to type seasons like this, but I'm just going to zoom in and I'm just going to press enter on your keyboard to move it to the next line. I'm going to go over to my shape tool. I'm just going to reduce the spaces horizontally and vertically like this, right? After doing that, I'm just going to go over to my text and I'm going to use the font that I use for the season, but I'm just going to make it bold. I think this is it, right? In case you're wondering, as usual, the resource file for this video is in the description below, so kindly do so to click on it and download so you can use for this particular tutorial, right? So I'm just going to make this small, right, while I zoom in like this. So I'm just going to make a duplicate copy of this seasons, Ctrl C and Ctrl V, duplicate it like this. So with this one, I'm just going to use it to type off, but with this off, I'm going to turn off the bold. I'm just going to make it this way. I'm going to reduce the size to this point so it fits into this circle that I have here, right? So just going to make it smaller a little bit. I'm going to duplicate this off, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I'm just going to bring this down here, and I'm just going to use this to write abundance, just like this. But I'm going to change the font that I use for this to this, right? As you can see now, we have the font letters entering one another. We don't want it like that, so I'm going to go over to my shape tool and I'm going to bring it out just like this, right? Good. So with this, I'm just going to make it bigger and bigger, just like this, right? Good, fair enough. So with this done, I'm just going to select these sons and I'm going to select this abundance, and I'm just going to click on this abundance and I'm just going to convert it to curves. But before then, I would want to change all the colors I used here. So I'm just going over to where I have my green and I'm just going to select this green, and I'll go over to my black because this green is too light. So I'm just going to go over to my black, hold down Control on your keyboard and click on the blacks like this to give it like so. As you can see now, this is the very dark shade of the green we had before, right? So having done this, I'm going to select all of this and I'm just going to click on Ctrl Q on my keyboard. I converted to curve, or you can come to Object and click on Convert to Curve, Ctrl Q, right? So with this selected, I'm going to select the sons, the seasons, right? Because seasons all together, and I'm going to select the abundance and I'm just going to click on what? Trim, right? So having done this, I'm going to click on this part right? Select this part, go to your shape tool, and I'm just going to remove this section of the abundance, so I have it like this, right? Nicely done. Great. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be bringing in my first element for this design, which is the background that I used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my resource file like this, and I'm just going to drag this image all up into my design just like this, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to power clip it inside this box that I have here, right? So what I'll just do is I'm going to give it a color, so I'm just going to give it white. As you can see now, we have a color here, right? So I'm just going to put this inside of this box. How do I do that? Very simple, like I've done in the past. Right click on this image and click on power clip. When this arrow pops out, just click on this box like this, and there you have it. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to move this slightly upward like this, upward to this point, right? Good. Now we're going to be doing a few things to this design before we introduce our other elements. First thing I'm doing is I'll go to my ellipse tool. I'm going to make it big like this. I'll give it white, and I'm going to remove the outline like this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to effect, I'm going to go to blur and Gaussian blur, right? As you can see now, it's creating this nice brush effect, like brush-like effect like you have in Photoshop, right? So I'm just going to click on my radius 64, click OK like this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag and position it on this part, but as you can see, it's above this image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, right click and click on order, and I'm going to click on back one. I'm going to do this several times, order and what again, back one, until it gets to, can you see now? So now as you can see, it is behind that season, right? So I'm just going to put it here, and I'm just going to make it slightly bigger like this, right? But we have a problem. If I click on it, you can see that some areas are coming out of this design. So what I will need to do is, with it selected, I'm going to go over to the shape tool, right? I think it's actually okay. So I'm just going to make it big. Just make sure you don't have it outside somewhere like this, right? Right. So I'm just going to make this big and kind of make it bigger. I'm just going to cut this, Ctrl X, and double click on the rectangle. I'm going to place it inside here like this, right? When I'm done, I'll just click finish. So it's inside of this rectangle now, safe where it needs to be, right? Good. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing to somewhere up here, but with a different shape. Now I'm going to use my rectangle tool. So I'm just going to drag like this, and I'm just going to drop here. I'm going to give it white, and I'm going to remove the outline like this. So with this, I'm just going to go over to my transparency tool. I'm going to remove the outline. So with my transparency tool selected, I'm just going to hold down shift, and I'm going to drag from this point to this point, from white to black, so I conceal these areas. I'm going to move my white outside because I need it on these areas more. So from white to black, guys. Having done this, I'm going to go to bitmap, convert to bitmap, and resolution 300, color mode and everything stays the same. So I click OK. So having done this, I'm just going to do the same thing I did to this part, click on your transparency, and I'm going to hold down shift, make sure you are selecting the rectangle still, click on transparency, and I'm going to do the same thing to this part here like this. But with this, I'm just going to make it bigger. As you can see, I faded this part and I faded this part, right? So I'm just going to make this bigger like this, right? And what I'm going to do with this is Ctrl X to cut it, double click on the rectangle, and I'm just going to press Ctrl V to paste it inside here like this, make it slightly bigger a bit. When I'm done, I'll just click finish like this, right? So when that is in place, I'll go over to where I have my resource file. Before I bring in my resource file, what I want to do is I need to create a blend effect, right? I need to create a nice blend effect on this particular fly. So what I'll do is I'm just going to go over to my rectangle tool. I'm just going to draw from this part to this part, right? Great. And I'm just going to change the color to the color I used in my design, which is this color here. What I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to apply a little bit of green. Let me remove the outline. So I'll just come here and remove the outline like this. Just right click here to remove the outline. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of these greens to it, so I have that lemon kind of color. Or probably, let me see if I have okay, so let me just do it this way, right? So I'm just going to click on, with this selected, I'm just going to come to this green, I'll hold down control, and I'm just going to click so what I'm going to do is I'm going to blur out these edges here like this. How am I going to do that? I'm just going to come over to my transparency tool, and I'm just going to blur like this, right? As you can see. So I'll just blur this down all the way to this point, and I might want to change the color. Let's see. No. Great. Okay, so let's make use of this, and I think this is fine. I'm going to make use of this, and I'm going to drag it up a bit. So with this done, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to take this shape, and I'm going to press Ctrl X on my keyboard to cut it, X for X-Men, and I'm going to double click on this rectangle, and I'm going to paste it inside here like this, while I increase it just a notch like this, right? So having done this, I'm going to click on finish, and that will be all for that part, right? So guys, what I want to do is I'm just going to select these seasons and everything and make it slightly bigger like this, and I'm just going to leave it there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my other element, that's the tree, the hand holding the tree. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm just going to drag and drop inside here like this, and with this selected, I'm going to move it well in place, and I'm just going to, as you can see, we have some oddities here, some areas of imperfection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my shape tool. I'm going to highlight these two parts, that is this part and this part. I'm going to drag inside holding my shift key just like this, so I get rid of that part here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it smaller like this, just like this, and I'm going to move this upward a bit. I'm just going to position it here, right? But what I'll do with this also is I'm just going to go to effect, because I need it all punchy and looking sharp. So I'm just going to go to effect, and I'm going to go to adjust. I'm going to go to image adjustment lamp, right? So I'm just going to click on reset to reset everything I've done here in the past. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to increase the contrast, not too much, just a bit like this, and I'm just going to increase the shadows too, like this. As you can see, I'm increasing the shadows in the image, and I think that's all. So I'm just going to press OK, right? Somewhere here is nice. So I'm just going to cut this image, Ctrl X, and again I'm going to paste it inside of this rectangle here like this, and I'm going to click on what? Finish, just like this. Okay guys, and I think I want to make a slight adjustment to this. I'm going to go to effect, and I'm going to go to adjustment, and I'm going to go to tone curve. Yes please, tone curve. I'm going to put this out of the way so I see what I'm doing clearly. So with the tone curve, I'm just going to, like you do in Photoshop, right? Just going to bring this down like this. Make sure to turn on preview so you are seeing what you're doing in real time. So I'm just going to leave it along the parts of this so I'm just going to leave it around here and bring this out a bit. Okay, so I have depth in the shadows under the hand here. So when I'm done, I'm just going to click OK. Right, we don't need to do much. So having done this, I'm just going to click on finish. Right, nicely done. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to apply lighting effect to the tree to just spice things up and make things look wow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my ellipse tool. I'm just going to draw ellipse like this, and I'm going to give it this yellow here, right guys, and I'm going to remove the outline. So with this, I'm just going to go over to my transparency, click on fountain transparency, and I'm going to click on what? Elliptical fountain transparency, and I'm going to change my blend mode instantly to what? Yes, screen guys. So I'm just going to drag and position it along this area here like this, while I make it bigger like this, so you have a nice lighting effect, like a reflection of the sun, or you understand what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm just going to make this bigger, and I'm going to shift this edge out. Yes, so it starts from this point, and I'm going to bring it inside here like this. Just something around this area is actually nice, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to select all this text because I don't want this effect that it's trying to create on the seasons. I want the seasons to be alone. Select all the old season. I'm just going to press shift page up to bring it up. Right, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add my other elements to it, the logo and the text that I typed out already. So I'm just going to go over to my resource file. First and foremost, I'm going to bring in the logo, so I'm just going to drag inside, place it here, and I'm just going to position it here. Right, great. So I'm just going to Ctrl C and Ctrl V to make a duplicate copy of this. So I'm just going to press Ctrl C and Ctrl V to make a duplicate copy of this, and I'm just going to leave it somewhere along this line here like this. Right, so having done this, I'm going to go over to my resource file, bring in my type out text. So you can do well to type yours with the fonts that I've provided in the resource file that I use for mine too. Right, great. So I'm just going to position it well here like this. So nicely done. Okay, so we are almost at the end of this design. So what I want to do is I need to create some, some paparazzi around here to make things look okay, and alright. So I'll just go over to my rectangle tool. I'm just going to start from this point. Let me zoom close so I see what I'm doing clearly. Make sure you always develop the habit of zooming closer to your elements in your design to be more precise. So I'm just going to make this like this, and I'm just going to click on my eyedropper tool with this rectangle selected. Click on the eyedropper tool, and I'm just going to select this color, right? And I'm going to apply it here just like this with the pen bucket, and I'm just going to go straight to remove the outline like this, right? And I want to increase the height just like this. I think I'm cool with this. So having done this, I'm just going to slightly Ctrl C and Ctrl V, make a duplicate copy of this rectangle, and I'm just going to drag up all the way to this point here like this, right? So I'm just going to give this white, so you have a green and you have your white, right? So I'm just going to go over to my text tool, and I'm just going to type abundance. Okay, this should be in all caps. Turn on your caps lock. Abundance service, right? Just like this. And I'm going to change the font to what I used. Yeah, but I'm just going to make it bigger like this, and I'm going to make it small. I'll position it well here, make it small, right? And I'm just going to change the color to white just like this, right? Like this. I'm just going to use a shade of this color here, so I'm just going to use the eyedropper to select this color here, I'm just going to apply it on this, just like this. Good. I'm going to press G on my keyboard and I'm just going to hold down Shift while I slide it like this to create a nice effect with this abundance. Great, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this out here, right? And I'm just going to remove it from the black and I'm just going to use the normal Galano Grotesque. I'm just going to type out the website www.gracelandchurch.org like this. And I'm going to use the same green that I used here, since CorelDRAW actually takes notes of the color that we use. So I'm just going to click on it here and select it, and I'm just going to move this in place just like this. Probably I'll make it bold a bit while I reduce the size just like this. Alright guys, so this is how I got this flyer in CorelDRAW, like you've seen in steps that I've just shown you. If you like this video, please kindly support my channel by dropping positive comments. If this video has impacted you in your own little way, please kindly share this video to your friend, to your relatives, to your family, or to anybody that's interested in graphic designing. And please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button, because it's going to get exciting from this time up. You don't want to miss anything I'm going to be posting from this time up. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Or do anything much, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.